Hey guys, today we're going to do Yoga for Beginners session 5. We're going to try to get the most popular poses in for you today, but it's not going to be a long one, but just so that you're familiar with all the poses and moving in and out of those poses. So we'll start here in easy seat. Whichever leg comes first, it doesn't matter. Hands on the knees. Just breathe. Enjoy wherever your spot is. I have a beautiful spot today out on my deck. Nice deep breaths, lengthening the torso. Arms by your side. Inhale, arms overhead. As you come down, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind. Nice tall spine, looking out over your right shoulder for a gentle twist. Back to center. Arms overhead. And come down, right hand on the left knee. Left hand behind, gentle twist, look over your left shoulder. And back to center. We're going to roll over. Knees open as wide as the yoga mat. Toes touching up, big toes touching. Push those hips back to your heels. Push those arms out in front, forehead toward the mat. Extended child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Slowly walk the hands under the shoulders. Bring those knees in, right under the hips. Tabletop position. Drop the belly, open the chest for our cow position. And then round the spine, tuck the pelvis, chin to chest for cow. And rotate through that a few times with your breath. So as you round your spine, you're exhaling. It's getting some nice movement in there. Do it with the sound of your own breath. And then come back to a neutral tabletop. Now bump the hips to the right. Bump them to the left. And then curl your toes under and push your hips towards your heels. Just stretching your feet. And back to tabletop. Going to slide those hands up a few inches. Curl the toes under. Lift those hips up to downward dog. You can pedal out the feet, stretching the back of your legs, pushing your chest towards your thighs, and then try to push your heels down toward the mat. On an inhale, we're going to lift that right leg up for our three-legged dog. Bend the knee. We're going to bring it in to our nose. Touch, and then back up to three-legged dog. Bring the knee all the way through this time between our hands. Get those feet firmly planted. Do what feels comfortable. If you have to pop your back foot in a little bit. And on an inhale, I'm going to lift those hands over our head for high lunge. Take a few breaths here. We're going to take our back foot and we're going to spin it so it's parallel to the short side of our mat. Our hips are open to the side of the mat. Sorry, my back's to you. Extend those arms long. Pinkies pushing back, looking out over your right hand for warrior two position. Now flip that front palm up. Keep the knee exactly where it is. Knee should be over ankle. Bring that left hand down the back of our left leg and really do a nice side stretch here. Now we're going to bring our right elbow to our right knee for extended side angle. We're going to bring our left hand by our ear. Now again, you don't want to really be resting on this, but I know at the beginning you do kind of need that a little bit. And now we're going to turn our back foot facing forward again. Plant your palms on either side of your right foot. We're going to take our right foot back to meet our left. Now we're in plank. You can be on your knees if you like, and slowly lower to the mat. With your hands right underneath your shoulders. On an inhale, we're going to lift, open that chest. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under and come up to your knees or directly to plank. And then lift the hips back to our downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. Make sure you're breathing all along the way. On an inhale, lift that left leg. Bring that knee to nose. And back up to three-legged dog. And then bring it all the way through between our hands. Again, if you want to bring that back foot in a little to make it easier on the high lunge. If you're feeling comfortable, hands overhead. Again, knees should be over the ankle. I'm going to take that back foot, turn it toward the short side of the mat. Hips are open here. Arms extended, looking out over your left arm. Anytime you want a little more intensity, lean a little bit further into that pose, but make sure your knee stays over your ankle. You don't want your knee over your toes. Flip that left hand up, slide that right hand down your right leg for our side stretch. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm right by the ear. Nice long line from your fingertips to your foot on the right side. And now take your right hand and your left hand, frame the foot. Left foot back to meet the right, back in plank. Again, you can be on your knees and slowly lower to the earth. Arms underneath your shoulders. Open up that chest, lift up. You can look over your right shoulder. Back to center. Look over your left. Nice, the sun is out to greet me. And release. Curl the toes under. Push up again to plank. And then lift those hips to downward dog. I'm going to slowly walk to a forward fold. Weight on the front of your feet. Just let all your body weight fall to the earth. As you exhale, you should feel motion happening. And just take a few breaths here. On an inhale, slide those hands up your legs. Going to get a flat back position parallel to the earth. Do airplane arms, palms down, arms right by your side. And exhale, forward fold. We're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time to mountain pose. I'm going to work on a little bit of balance here today. Hands in prayer at the heart. Really strong legs here, pushing into your feet for a strong foundation, engaging your quads, engaging your glutes. On an inhale, going to lift up that right knee. Lift it as high as you can. You can hold on to something or you can have it down here. You'll see that as you put the pressure on your left foot, you're working that left leg. And open that hip. Back to center. And now we're going to try something. You might want to hold on to something. Okay? We're going to bring that right foot back behind you. And you can stay here if you want. But just try to lift that leg up. The goal is the leg to be parallel to the earth and also the torso to be parallel to the earth. And you can have your hands in prayer here. And we're going to come through and bring that knee back up to chest. If you fall, it's okay. Just get back in position and then release. Take a nice big breath. Arms come all the way overhead. Release, forward fold. Bend the knees. Bring the right foot back, the left foot back. We're in plank. You can have your knees on the ground. I'm going to show you chaturanga to upward dog because that's a really popular yoga move. Chaturanga, we're going to lower halfway to the earth and shift our weight forward. Nothing's touching the ground except for the tops of our feet. Nice open chest. And then we're going to move back to our downward dog. And if you want to go to your knees and then come up to the downward dog, that's fine. Take a couple breaths. And then a slow walk all the way to the front of the mat for our forward fold. You don't want to set your hips back. You want your hips right over your ankles. Inhale, slide those fingers up your leg for that flat back position. And release. And big breath, arms come all the way overhead, hands in prayer at the heart. Put the pressure on your right foot. You're just going to gently lift that left foot, the left knee, sorry. Just hold it there for a couple breaths. Pushing out of that standing leg. And now open that knee to the side. Your right leg hasn't moved, still in the same position. Bring it back to center. And now with hands in prayer at the heart, we're going to try that warrior 3 on the other side. It's a little bit of a tougher move, definitely something you have to work on if you haven't been working on balance for a while. And then we're going to bring that knee all the way through, up in the front, and release. Big inhale, arms overhead, forward fold. Now we're going to lower those hips. And I'll show you this way. Open your feet a little wider than your shoulders. Put your elbows inside those knees. Use them to open your knees up. Hands in prayer at the heart. Yogi squat. I love this position. I feel like it's a good hip opener for me. And it feels very calming. Keep your eyes open if you're not comfortable having them closed, if you lose your balance a little bit. And then bring your hands behind you and gently lower to the mat. Just going to do one pose for our core, directly for our core, and that's the boat pose. So hands behind your thighs, lift those shins parallel to the earth, and you can just put your hands alongside. If that's too much for you, keep your hands here. I'm going to keep them here. If you want more intensity, you can straighten up. Okay, but I'm going to just keep them here for today. Just gonna hold, keep breathing. You can do this. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release everything. There. I'm gonna slide down a little. Bring both knees into your chest. Open your arms wide on either side. And just let your knees fall to the right. And bring them through and let them fall to the left. And then back to center. Extend your right leg straight. Bring your left knee across the right side of the body. Extend your left arm out and look over at your left hand. Nice stretch for your midsection. Bring your left knee back to center. Bring your right knee in. Give yourself a hug. You can rock back and forth. And now extend that left leg. We're going to take our right leg and bring it across the left side of our body. Right arm extended, looking out over our right arm. Nice time to relax here. Now bring both knees back into center. We're going to extend those legs long and extend those arms overhead. And get a nice full body stretch. Float those arms down by your side. Give a little room between your legs. And just breathe. We got some movement in there. We worked on some really traditional yoga poses. Nice way to start your morning or end your day. You can stay here as long as you like. If you feel ready to wrap it up, hands in prayer at the heart. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Well done today. Have a great day. Namaste.